It's the morning of July 26, 1920. School Street, Boston. The line starts at the door of the Niles building and runs 4 people wide. It stretches down the block, past City Hall, around the corner. Thousands of them. They have all come to do the same thing: take their money out. A short man in a straw hat steps onto the sidewalk. He is smiling. He carries trays of coffee and donuts and walks the line handing them out. "Nothing to worry about," he tells them. "Your money is safe with me." He is Charles Ponzi. And every dollar he hands back belongs to the next person in line. 17 years earlier, he had nothing at all. He was born Carlo Ponzi in Lugo, in northern Italy, in 1882. His family had been comfortable once, and by his boyhood they were not. He tried university in Rome and spent the money in calves instead. In 1903, they put him on a ship to America. He landed in Boston on November 15th with $2.50. He had gambled the rest away during the crossing. For 15 years, he was a man that things happened to. He washed dishes and got fired for stealing from the till. He waited tables. He drifted to Montreal and took a teller's job at a bank run by Zuckoff. When the bank collapsed, Ponzi forged a check for $423, signed another man's name to it, and went to a Canadian prison. He got out. He came back to Boston. In 1918, he married Rose Necco, a stenographer from a grocery family. He was 36, and he was still nobody. He wanted, badly, to be somebody. In August of 1919, a letter arrives at his office. It comes from Spain, and inside it is a small paper coupon, an international reply coupon. You buy one in one country and mail it abroad. Whoever gets it can swap it for stamps to write you back. A prepaid reply. Dull, bureaucratic, Ponzi looks at it and sees the gap. Because of the war, the world's currencies had fallen apart at different speeds. A coupon bought in Rome cost about 1.5 cents. That same coupon, redeemed in Boston, was worth 5 cents in stamps. Buy them cheap in Italy. Redeem them dear in America. On paper, that is a profit of more than 200%, and every bit of it is completely legal. He works it out. Buy the coupons in Rome, ship them, turn the stamps into cash. Do it with millions, and you are the richest man in Massachusetts. There is one problem. It cannot be done. A single coupon is worth a nickel. To move real money, you would need millions of them, redeemed one at a time, over a post office counter. There is no machine for that. There is not enough paper on earth. And the post office will not cash them in bundles. By early 1920, Ponzi knows this. He knows the trade does not work. And here is the moment. He does not stop. In the last days of 1919, he sets up a company with a serious name, the Securities Exchange Company. "Give me your money," he says, "and in 90 days I return it doubled. 50% in 45 days. He never buys the coupons. When the first investors come back for their profit, he pays them with the money the next investors have just handed him. That is the entire machine. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. He will one day use exactly those words himself. The first money comes in through a grocer named Ettore Ghiberti. By the first week of January, Ghiberti has brought in 18 people and $1,700. They tell their neighbors. This is the North End, block after block of Italian immigrants who trust a man who speaks their language and made good. A fruit seller puts in his savings. A cop tells another cop. The trickle becomes a flood. The clerks run out of drawers and start stuffing cash into wastebaskets and closets. By spring, he is taking in $250,000 a day. By July, he owns a mansion in Lexington with a heated pool. He carries a gold-handled cane and wears a diamond stick pin. He rides in a chauffeured car and talks of buying his own banks. The papers call him a wizard. 8 months earlier, he had nothing. Not everyone is clapping. In late July, a financial writer named Clarence Barron looks hard at the story and does what almost no one else has bothered to do. He counts. If Ponzi is really backing all this money with postal coupons, how many coupons must exist? Barron runs the number. To cover the money taken in, there would need to be about 160 million reply coupons in circulation around the world. He checks how many actually exist. 27,000. 160 million needed. 27,000 real. The Boston Post prints it on the 26th of July. And then, Ponzi's own man turns on him. His name is William McMasters, a publicist Ponzi hires in late July to manage the press. McMasters opens the books to write flattering copy and finds the opposite of what he was hired to sell. The great financier cannot cover his notes. He owes millions he does not have. McMasters carries the evidence to the Boston Post, which pays him for it, and on August 2nd, the paper runs his account under his own name. The man Ponzi paid to praise him calls him, in print, a financial idiot who cannot add. Here is the part that is easy to skip. Ponzi did not fool a few fools. He fooled a city, because the city was making money off him. Banks took his swelling deposits and asked no questions. 5 inspectors, a lieutenant, and hundreds of Boston patrolmen put their own money in, and some signed on as his agents for the commission. 2 days before it broke him, the same Boston Post ran a glowing profile that pegged his fortune at $8.5 million. Every link in that chain had a paid reason to keep quiet. The complicity was the fuel. Without it, the scheme dies in a week. The end comes in 12 days. July 26th. The run begins. Ponzi walks the line with coffee and donuts and pays out over $1 million in a single day to hold back the panic. August 2nd. McMasters Expos hits the front page. The line at School Street grows longer. August 9th. State examiners get into his accounts and find the ledger. The main account is overdrawn. There is no coupon money. There never was. August 10th. The auditors say he is at least $7 million short. August 11th. The Post digs up Montreal. The forged check. The prison cell. They print his old mugshot on the front page. August 13th. A Friday. Federal agents arrest him. He surrenders quietly and tells the crowd he is still good for it. He is not. When they finish counting, close to $20 million has passed through his hands. Something like $250 million in today's money. In all those months, investigators find he had bought about $30 worth of the coupons the whole thing was supposedly built on. The federal court gives him 5 years for mail fraud. He serves 3.5. Massachusetts is waiting with 22 counts of larceny and hands him 7 to 9 more. He does not learn. Out on bail in 1925, he surfaces in Florida under the name Sharpon, selling swampland at 200% returns in 60 days. Some of the lots are underwater. Literally, he is caught, tries to flee the country as a deckhand on a freighter, and is pulled off the ship in New Orleans. On October 7, 1934, the country deports him to Italy. He never sees the United States again. Rose divorces him in 1937. The last stop is Rio de Janeiro. He drifts through small jobs, has a stroke, loses the sight in one eye. On January 18, 1949, Charles Ponzi dies in a charity ward. His estate is $75, just enough to bury him. His investors got back about 30 cents on every dollar, the grocer's neighbors, the patrolmen, the widows who had mortgaged their homes. Years before, a reporter asked Ponzi whether he owed those people anything. He did not flinch. Even if they never got a cent for it, he said, it was cheap at the price. He had given them the best show staged in their territory since the landing of the Pilgrims, and it was worth $15 million just to watch him put it over. The man died with $75 in his pocket. His name became the word we still use for the trick.